let us go to the Skype machine and welcome in our good pal, Mr. Hollywood. Look at this guy with the sunglasses. Now he's late to the show. Before he was begging me to be on. What's that?
What's that say on them?
Oh, is that Gucci? I can't see it.
Ray-Ban.
Oh, Ray-Ban? You could do better than that.
Or Ray-Bion, if you're from Paris.
Look at this guy. All of a sudden, where's the dicky bow?
No, I left the dicky bow off. Damn. What's happening, bud?
What a difference a few months makes, huh? I mean, last time you're sitting back, you're on a kind of...
It's only a pair of shades, Ariel, yeah?
Oh, well, I sense an aura. I sense an aura. It's oozing out of you.
Yeah, did you not sense that the first time, no?
To be honest, I did. Do you feel like a different person?
No, like I said to you before, I always felt like the champ. I always felt like this was going on. This was all going on in my head. Now it's just happening in real life. There's a guy. See that guy there is following me around the documentary?
Wow.
Hello. There's another guy. See this guy right here?
Yeah.
I put him to sleep today.
You choked him out?
He wanted to know. We were just talking about being choked out and talking about chokes and talking about jiu-jitsu, and he ended up getting the balls up to him. He wanted to see what it was like, so I put him in a rear naked choke, and we got it on footage. It's going to be on the documentary, and it was funny. He started shaking, and it was pretty fun, yeah.
And what's this
kill guys?
Well, what's this documentary you're talking about?
This is going to be on the national broadcaster. It's RTE. It's the big TV station in Ireland, and these guys are following me around the past couple of months. They were in Vegas.
Wow.
Coming to Boston, so RTE are splashing out. They see MMA and they see the growth and they see where this is going, and this documentary is going to just put it in that spotlight that bit more, I'm happy to be a part of it, putting mixed martial arts and martial arts in general in the spotlight here in my country. I felt like this was what I was put here for, you know what I mean? So I'm going to represent it in a good light by strangling their director. By strangling the producer live on air.
Oh gosh! And this is a big. Is this the channel that late show is on as well? This is a big network, right?
Yeah. It's the biggest TV station in Ireland. Yes, the national broadcaster. So it's a big deal,
And are you surprised all this is happening this quickly? I mean, you're only 1-0 in the UFC, but it feels like in some ways you're 10-0 by the attention and by the buzz surrounding you.
Yeah, I don't know, I don't get phased, I don't get comfortable, I don't get complacent. I went out for dinner with the Don, and we went there, had a meal, and I was saying to him, just because we're here now and you're bringing me out for these meals and shit, don't think I'm going to get comfortable, don't think I'm going to do what a lot of other schmucks have done. They got lazy, they got sloppy, sluggish, and come fight time they show up and they're out of shape, their shots are off, they're not firing. Me, I don't get complacent. If anything, these kind of things and all this going on spurs me to work harder, I use it as a motivation.
So what was that like, you and Dana White? I saw a video of you guys driving down Las Vegas Boulevard like Thelma and Louise, squealing like little girls. It looked like you were having the time of your life. It looked like a great time.
Don't be hating. It was crazy. I mean, I was only saying to her, I've been doing interviews all week, but I was only saying to a guy yesterday, I used to drive my girlfriend's little Peugeot 206, and I don't really have Peugeot 206s over in America or wherever you are, but they're little small bangers, yeah? And there was smoke coming out of the engine. It used to shake down the road. But in my head, I was cruising down the Las Vegas Strip in a soft-top Ferrari F430 with the Dom beside me. You know what I mean? And then fast forward 5 years, and what happens? I'm cruising down the strip in a soft-top Ferrari F430 with the Don. You know what I mean? So I don't know. In my head, this was always going on. I'm borderline insane, Ariel. Yeah. and that's what makes me so damn dangerous.
And that's why people love you so much. Why do you think he likes you so much? It seems like he has taken a real liking to you.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. He's from Southie, which is like the Irish part of Boston, I don't know why. I don't think any other prelim guys that have fought one show on the prelim have gone out with the Don, I don't even think main eventers are going out with the fucking Don, you know what I mean? But I don't know, I'm sure I'm Irish, he has some Irish in him as well, that Boston heritage, that Irish heritage that all those Boston people have, And I come to fight, he can see that, surely he can see, I come to fight, I'm not fucking about here, I'm not I'm not here to be a token Irish guy, shake no one's hand. I'm here to go forward and go at every single one of them. You know what I mean? I stay in shape, I stay ready, and I don't know. I suppose all those things maybe make him like me. You know what I mean? But honestly, I don't know.
This is a guy
But
who's
I ain't complaining.
This is a guy who's been around the fight game for a long time, and he talks often about guys getting big heads and having people hanging around them, things like
Yeah.
that. Did he give you advice about, now that you're entering this new chapter of your career, what not to do?
No, he didn't really say not what to do, what not to do. You know, we were just talking about everything. Like, literally, I was with him for 6 hours. You know, just me and him. Went, got some food and a nice steak place to give us. He hooked me up with this Kobe beef. You ever have that Kobe beef?
Oh yeah, it's nice.
It's the massage beef shipped in from Bangkok, yeah, or fucking Taiwan or something. But it's serious beef. But no, we were just talking about. To be honest, we were talking about everything. He never really gave me. He just said, I don't know what he said. To be honest, I can't even remember. I was in a blur. Honestly, I felt drunk. Yeah, I felt drunk floating around. It was like back after Sweden when I went backstage and everything felt like a video game. It felt like a video game, but instead of the UFC game, which is what I felt like the last time, it felt a bit more like Grand Theft Auto this time. Yeah, floating around the soft upper area. It was
Surreal, right? Surreal would probably be.
Surreal. It's surreal. And I just told him, look, and I see other people's mistakes, and people thinking they're part of the promotion and they're part of the furniture, and they can show up sluggish and they can be Mr. Media, you know what I mean? But that's not me. I don't get comfortable. I'm always looking for the uncomfortable, you know what I mean? So I don't get complacent. This only makes me work harder, you know what I mean? I mean, it's business at the end of the day. Whether we go there for a meal and go, you know what I mean, go out and float about Vegas and do some shit, it's still business at the end of the day, and business is not personal. So I come in shape. I come to fight regardless of result, win or lose. People are going to want to see me, you know what I mean? And August 17th, once again, I will prove that, you know what I mean, and go get myself get paid again, because I'm running low, are you know what I mean? I have a gambling problem, and
Oh
I
no.
have a shopping addiction, and so those things spur me on, you know what I mean? So I need to get back in there and start making some money again, you know what I mean?
What are you gambling on?
Absolutely everything. I'd gamble on the weather tomorrow, yeah, if you want to give me odds, but no, see, we had this bookies that Paddy Power, it's like the big bookmakers over here, and they were sponsoring me, and it
Oh,
all went ahead. The UFC allowed the logo inside the octagon. It was a big deal for me, and last minute it fell through, but they gave me a few quid as a token or something. They stuck money in the account, so I've been literally up all night in this Paddy Power account
do you bet on
betting on.
MMA?
I bet on MMA. Anthony Parash, the hippo, the
Get out of here.
hippopotamus.
You bet on him?
The hippopotamus let me down $6,000, yeah. But I had €700 on an accumulator, which is about $1,000. But Al Parash, what 40-year-old, who'd have thought that? But fair play to him, you know what I mean? But
Oh, you bet against him. You bet against him.
I bet for Magalhaes, yeah. Well, I had
Ah,
a big accumulator. You know, I had a
okay.
load of fights on. I had a load of the guys. You know what I mean? Of course, I bet on all the fights. I always bet on the fights, but that one just recently, Parash upset me with his what was it, 14 second?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Now, will you bet on yourself?
Sorry.
Will you bet on yourself?
Um, am I allowed to bet on myself? Because people are saying I can't bet on myself. I don't know whether that's allowed. You know what I mean? I don't know why it isn't allowed. Why if I bet on myself to whoop someone's ass? I mean, it's not as if I'm betting against myself. Then obviously there's something funky about that.
Right.
But if I'm betting on me to win, how is that not allowed? So people are telling me I can't bet on myself, but I don't know. I might just give someone some money and maybe put a bet on. But I don't know. I don't really want to think it. That's the. Although I have a gambling problem and all that shit, but I don't. I don't think about gambling myself. You know what I mean? I have the fight ahead of me. You know what I mean? But to be honest, I might do a little accumulator on the rest of the card. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Some
that's
good
fun.
fights on that card. Some
Now,
good fights on that card.
what's the most
Tell me
expensive?
again, Harry, who's gonna steal the show?
What's that?
Tell me again who's going to steal the show.
Well, I told you it's the people's main event, right? Is this the people's main event?
Tell
You
me again.
versus
Tell me
Max
again.
Holloway?
What?
Is this the people's main event? I don't know if it has the same kind of panache as you versus Marcus Brimage.
Well, the opponent does not come into the equation. This is my show. Yeah, this is the Irish coming home era coming to Boston. You know what I mean? The Irish men are coming home to its native land, Boston, United States. So the opponent does not come into the equation. I am the main event. You know what I mean? So you could stick me in that main event, and you know quite well it's not gonna turn heads. You know what I mean? I'm gonna steal the show every time. So
Were you disappointed when Ogle backed out and you were now fighting Holloway?
I'm emotionless to it, Ariel. You know what I mean? Like I said a million times before, I don't know how many times I'm going to say it again. The opponent does not come into the equation. There is no opponent. You know what I mean? But Andy pulled out. He had staph infection, 25 weeks out of the fight. You know what I mean? Or 6 weeks out of the fight or whatever. But staph infection is a little bit of cream and some antibiotics for 5 days max. So you have to train on your own for 5 days. You know what I mean? The fight was 6 weeks away, but it is what it is. He pulled out. I don't complain, I don't bitch, I don't moan. I mean, the fact that we had to travel around, he had to travel as well, to Canada, to Vegas. We had to do that little round trip to get the visa sorted because there was all sort of problems to get the visa sorted.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure that swayed his decision. But like I said, I don't bitch, I don't moan, I get it done. This is the thing, I stay in shape. I can travel around and disrupt my training because I'm always in shape. You know what I mean? I squeeze it in anywhere. I don't bitch, I don't moan, I get it done. And on fight night I will come and perform, you know what I mean? And I know the Don Juan's going to have a nice 6-figure there for me. 6-figure check. Fuck them bonuses, yeah? I'm finished with them bonuses. Now I want the little sly backhanders that no one even knows about, yeah? Yeah, they're the ones I'm after.
I know you watched 163. What do you think of Aldo's performance? Are you ready for this, man?
Yeah, I stay ready. There is, again, Arlo, come on. There is no opponent, you know what I mean? This is my division. This is my time. If you think I couldn't slot in there in either place of those two guys last week, then you need to take a closer look, my friend, because I am born ready. I stay ready so I don't have to get ready. And I don't fear none of these guys. I will go forward. I will go at them. Do you think I'm ready?
I think someone was asking me yesterday about the featherweight division, right? And I said, obviously,
Yeah.
Ricardo Lamas, I think he deserves it. But I think the guy that people aren't talking about, I mean, obviously they're talking about you. I think you're 2 fights away, honestly. And I wouldn't be surprised. You win this fight, let's say, they'll probably maybe try to put you in Manchester. And then the next one, I think you'll probably get it. Honestly, with the buzz.
I wouldn't be surprised, Ariel. I bring a whole nation with me. A whole nation of crazy Irish motherfuckers are behind me. You know what I mean? Not many people can say that. So I'm carrying the whole nation with me in there. I come to perform. I talk the talk and I walk the walk. You know what I mean? So August 17th, I'm going to prove my worth once again. And then whatever's after that. You know what I mean? This is my world title. I'm defending my belt here on August 17th. You know what I mean? This is the way I approach it. So they want to give me, if they want to give me that title shot, it's all good. I'm ready to go. I'm always ready. They didn't give me the welterweight title shot. I'll slot in there and swing for the fences. You know what I mean? I'll go for it. I come to fight. I come to perform. I'm ready.
Is it true back at UFC 93, I heard this yesterday, that you were going up to people and saying, I'm Conor McGregor, and this was a few years back, I'm Conor McGregor, I will be in the UFC very soon, remember my name, something to that extent. Is that true?
UFC was in Dublin, yeah?
Yeah. UFC 93.
UFC 93 was Dublin, yeah. Well, I'll go way back before that. My very first UFC event was UFC 85 in London, the O2 Arena. Matt Hughes, Thiago Alves. And at the end of the thing, that was when I seen Bruce Buffer, and I started saying to Bruce Buffer, hey, say my name, Bruce. And now entering the octagon, the Notorious, and he got my name mixed up. But I didn't just see Bruce. I also saw... Shit, I'm after forgetting the referee. I saw one of the referees and I said, hey, take a good look at his face because you're going to be rescuing people from this guy soon enough, yeah? And the referee just looked at me like I was nuts. And then Dana was there as well. I said, hey, Dana, how much have you got in your pocket right now this second? And he literally just looked at me and didn't answer. So he probably thought that was a bit disrespectful. But I don't know. I was only a little kid running around UFC 85, seeing all these little stars and just running amok, you know what I mean? And then UFC 93 came along. I had a little bit. My teammate was in there. I was only a nipper, you know what I mean? Only a youngin'. I'm sure I was floating around telling people I was going to be in there as well, like I was every day and like I always am, you know what I mean? I was confident, I am confident, you know what I mean? So I always knew this is here, you know what I mean? Honestly, I saw it before my eyes and I swear I can't stop it. No one can stop this, you know what I mean? But what I visualize just seems to keep happening over and over, you know what I mean? It seems to be coming to reality and there's not a damn thing anyone can do about it.
Conor, you mentioned the people that you have behind you, and a lot of your Irish fans are telling me. Are you the most beloved?
Hang on a minute. Dethrone, yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that shirt. That's a nice shirt. How's the hair looking?
It's just a. I'm gonna get a cut, to be honest. There's another one. There was this guy, this barber crew. want to offer me a few quid, and they cut my hair and they give me a few quid to have the logo in the shorts. But I don't know. I think that fell through. But I don't know. I'm just gonna get maybe a short back in size. You know what I mean? A crew or a what you call it? Short back in size. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're gonna keep the beard though, right?
This beard goes nowhere, Earl, yeah? And here, I trimmed it a few times, and then every time I trim it, I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have trimmed. I always regret trimming it.
Don't trim it.
You know what I
Don't
mean?
trim it.
Now I'm just gonna let it go, and I give it a little massage every now and again.
So you
What do you
mentioned.
think of it?
I look, if you listen to my show, and I know you are a loyal listener of my show, we are beard
I
aficionados
am
here.
your show, yeah? I am your show. I tell you what, next time I'm on, I want the percentage of that pay-per-view shit you got going on with this MMA hour, yeah?
Yeah, well, don't come late next time. I mean, all of a sudden, you're coming 15 minutes late.
Well, pay me then, and I'll be on time. You know what I mean? If the UFC want me there, I'm there on time with a bell on, yeah?
Oh,
In
okay.
shape. You want me on for free, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to eat some food. I'm going to pick out what shades I'm going to wear for this interview. You know what I mean? Because I've got a few of these now.
You talked about the fans, Conor. Are you the most beloved? Are you the most famous fighter in Ireland to come out of Ireland since Steve Collins? You know Steve Collins, right?
Steve Collins, man, a legend. Steve Collins is an Irish legend, and we have many, many boxing legends from our great nation. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It seems to be going that way. I seem to be the face of combat in my country. Like I said, I carry a nation with me, of people with me in there, and this is only the beginning. I am the first of many. There's many guys to come behind me. There's many of us that are ready right now, you know. Like I said before, we stay ready. But Steve Collins is a fucking legendary, yeah. Funny enough, I drop over to his brother. His brother has a gym, a pro boxing gym over just out, about a couple of minutes away from my house. His name is Pascal Collins. It's called the Celtic Warrior Gym. And funny enough, he used to live in Boston and used to have a gym in Boston and all. But I head over and train with those guys, and they are true legends of Irish combat.
You're a fan of his?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Steve Collins and the Collins brothers, man. They're really nice people as well, hard workers, and they've got a knowledge of the boxing game, you know what I mean, that I soak up anytime I head over that way, you know what I mean. I get some good sparring over there, some good tough guys. We have a great history of boxing in our nation, so all the young Irish up and coming pros and all the amateurs, and I'm just waiting for their big break as well, so I head over to that gym, some top quality pros over there, and get some top quality sparring.
Well, Conor, I'm happy you have that crew there, because, you know, our show, we're second to none. We make magic. Say hello to Steve Collins. He's on the line right now. Steve
Collins.
How you doing, Conor?
What's up, Steve, man? How are you, man? That's fucking nuts. You were going to be on the show.
Listen,
are you in?
Let me say something, okay? What's called the short back in size in Boston, it's called a flat top, all right? So when you're going to get a haircut over there, you go in and ask for a flat top.
Yeah. But you were in Boston as well, Steve, yeah?
I am indeed. I just want to say one thing, Conor. You know, you're one of the greatest fighters I've ever seen, and I'm glad I'm retired.
Steve, man, thank you so much, man. This is absolutely crazy. I did not expect this to be going down. How's Pascal and all? I was trying to drop that. Pascal's away at the minute, isn't he? I was trying to drop down yesterday. I text his pro, Stephen Norman, to meet up for sparring.
He said if you'd wanted to become a professional fighter, he's no doubt in his mind he's going to be the best in the world. He's not the best. He said you've got the heart, determination, the dedication, and the single mind and focus that it takes to become a champion. And that's what you have, and that's why you're going to be so successful. And people are going to talk about you for a long time. You are the new Celtic Warrior. I'm the old news. You're the latest news.
Yes. You're the greatest, I'm the latest, Steve, yeah? Oh, man, Steve, I swear to God. Hold on 2 minutes, Steve. I'm going to go out and do a few sprints, yeah? Because that's at the pumping me up right there.
This is amazing. Steve, what do you think of this guy? Do you think he can be a champion? Do you think he has what it takes, the demeanor, the style, the aggressiveness? What do you think of him?
It's once in a lifetime someone special comes along with who's a complete package, and as long as Conor keeps going and doing what he's doing, there's no doubt in my mind and the minds of all his fans and followers, he will be one of the greatest fighters that the world's ever seen for a long time. He doesn't take any shortcuts. He's got so much natural talent, but he doesn't rely on his natural talent. He works really hard. He's dedicated. He takes no shortcuts, and he's got so much natural ability. So it's an absolute pleasure to have him go out there and represent our nation when he fights all over the world, because he enhances the reputation of Irish fighters. People like him is why we have such a good name in the fight game.
Conor, I'm getting goosebumps listening to this. What's your reaction?
Steve, man, I am blown away here. Honestly, I am in shock. I'm shaking here. You're an Irish legend, man. And to hear those words, honestly, I'm going to go run 10 miles right now. I was in doing 15 rounds sparring, a fresh guy every round just there about 2 hours ago. And I'm going to go run 10 miles because of that, yeah? And just, I swear to God, man, that's at the pump of me a big time.
If it wasn't true, I wouldn't say it.
Conor, you used to watch Steve. You have memories of watching him and dreaming of being what he was to your country and now doing the same. Did you used to think of this?
He was a legend, man. I remember when he whooped Chris Eubank, you know what I mean? Whooped his ass. I remember watching that back in the day. I was only a little nipper, you know what I mean, man? Honestly, I'm in shock here, and I honestly don't know what to say.
You're speechless.
Here, you know what I mean?
You're finally speechless.
Every time I go down to Pascal's gym in Blanchardstown, the Celtic Warrior gym, I'm welcomed with open arms, and you know they are such good people, and they are legends of the combat game in Ireland. And to hear them words coming from a legend like Steve Collins, I am speechless for the first time in my life, Ariel. Yeah, you know that.
And Steve, are you going to watch Conor's fight next weekend, August 17th? It's a big fight for him.
Absolutely. I've obviously got a new interest in the game because Conor, is so exciting to watch, and he's been so successful. But I actually think these guys, what he does, I think they're all absolutely crazy. No money would pay me to get in and fight them guys. I thought boxing was a dangerous game till I came across guys like Conor McGregor, and them guys, they scare me. So I want to be his friend forever, you know?
Oh man, Steve, are you in Boston right now, or are you in Ireland?
No, I'm in London at the moment.
Man, if you can make it over to Boston, that would be something special.
I would love to go to Boston. Boston, my eldest daughter was born there. I fought my first world title there. I had most of my professional memories have all been in Boston and Brockton, Massachusetts. It's like a second home to me. And my wife and I go there to visit friends and relatives, and it's a great town. And Conor, you will love Boston. And more importantly, I guarantee you, the Boston fight fans are going to love you. They're so like us in their way of thinking and the way they live, that you're going to be at home. And do me a favour, go down to Southie and say hello to all my old friends down there. And don't hang around the bars too much, because it will undo all your hard work, okay?
Yeah, I will do, Steve, man. I swear to God, I hope Dana White maybe is watching this, and maybe we can get you flown over to Boston and walk out with me, because here's one for you. It's only me and my coach John going over because of all the troubles getting visas and things like that. So literally, and then I have another guy in Boston, Tom Egan, the guy that I started training with back in the day. He lives over in Boston now. He's married to a Boston woman, so he's a US citizen. So it's going to be me, John, and Tom. And then I don't have another corner man. There's one space left there for another corner man. If there's somehow that could happen, that you can get over there and walk out with me. I would be honored.
Flight. And if he brings me over there, I won't charge for appearance money, because it will be an honour to be just, part of your corner.
Wow, we can make this happen.
I tell you what, tell Dana White too, while he's over there, see if you can get that Roy Jones into the ring. I'll fight Roy Jones MMA.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
I'll show him what Dublin guys are made of.
I've heard about that, Steve. You recently got relicensed. You want that fight. You've been looking for it for almost 10 years, right?
15 years, and you know what? He should have been a sprinter. He can run.
Conor, you want it?
Oh, Steve, I swear to God, a 20-mile run I'm going to run now, yeah? I feel like tweet Roy Jones. Tweet Roy Jones right now, Ariel, yeah? Tell him what
Jones and whoever.
Conor, do you want to see that fight? Do you want to see Steve versus Roy Jones?
I would love to see that fight. Yeah, I would pay top dollar to see that fight. Like everyone in our nation would pay to see that fight. Steve Collins is an Irish legend. He's go down in history, you know what I mean? He's a living legend. And to see him get in and whoop Roy Jones Jr., man, what a spectacle that would be.
What'd you say, Steve?
Listen, run this past Dana White. He loves Irish guys, especially those that can fight. And he's going to get two of the best for a long time. He's going to get the old and the new together in one ring and one night in one stadium. Not fighting each other, obviously.
I'll whoop Roy myself, Steve. Yeah, the way you put me up here, yeah? Fucking hell.
Well, he seems
Dana's all over that.
Yeah.
Dana's all over that. That's going to happen, man. That's going to happen down the line. I can feel that now, yeah?
Steve, Roy is kind of flirting with MMA. We see him with the Anderson Silva, Rampage Jackson, but you're saying, hold up, you want a piece of him first.
Oh, look, maybe they want to end his career. He's been running for 15 years. You know,
we don't mess around.
I'm
We don't mess
tired
around
chasing
over
him.
here,
I'm
Ariel, in
traveling all
our
over the
little
world. He
nation
won't
of
stop
Ireland.
running.
We are a nation of warriors. We come to fight. And you know, Steve has been retired for a while now. You know, but the thing is, that love of competition, it never leaves you. That fight that you have in you, that age doesn't come into the equation. Once you are a fighter, you are a fighter, and you know, it never
Let me
leaves
tell
you.
you,
And to hear
Conor, you
Steve
never lose
talking,
your
to
power,
come back,
and you
man.
never lose your heart. That's with you forever.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
man, Steve, you are a legend.
Steve, any parting words for Conor McGregor as he prepares to go to Boston to fight there for the first time, the biggest fight of his career?
All I can say is, Conor, when you go in there, you're going to absorb an atmosphere. You're going to feel at home in Boston, because Boston is our town. I'm telling you now, when you walk in there, it's like fighting in your own backyard, and only it's multiplied. It's like fighting at home, you know, with a home crowd, because Boston is just like being home. The people will love you, and your style of fighting and the way you fight, you won't want to leave that town afterwards. I promise you, it's where you're going to make history, and it's where you're going to win your world title. And I hope to be there sometime to see you live and be part of the great history you're going to leave behind you in your era.
Man, Steve Collins, thank you so much, and I will carry that tricolour high and rock it with pride. Thank you so much for them kind words, man. I'm blown away.
You're welcome. It's a
Blown
pleasure
away.
to have this conversation with you, and it's a pleasure to hear you, to talk about me the way you do, because coming from you, it's a real compliment. And thank you for the confidence, Conor. And I'm delighted to have had this conversation with you. And I wish you all the best. And I've no doubt you're going to be world champion. You just will. It's just there. You're made to be champion. It's only a matter of time.
Thank you so much, man. I swear to God, 20 miles. This camera crew's going to follow me 20 mile run, yeah?
Thank you very much, Steve. We appreciate you calling in. I know how much this meant to Conor, and good luck getting that fight against Roy Jones.
No, it's my pleasure. If it comes off, it comes off. We see what happens, but it's not for the want to try from my end.
I'm going to start the campaign.
And all the best, and to all my friends and old mates in Boston, I hope all's well, and I send my love, and I hope to be back there soon again for another vacation. Thank you.
There he is, Steve Collins. Conor,
wow.
Only here. You came late. You tried to big time us. You tried to give us the big boy stance. But how about that? Steve Collins.
Yeah. I'm not afraid to admit I was put in my place there, man. Steve Collins is an Irish hero. He's my hero, you know what I mean? This is an Irish warrior that's around since as long as I can remember. And to hear those kind of words and just to be speaking to him, man, I swear to God, I'm pumped up here. I'm even more so ready now, you know. I honestly, I don't know what to say. I'm blown away here, you know what I mean? I'm blown away.
This kind of comes at a great time for you. You're about to leave. This, I mean, knowing how much he means to you, this gives you that kind of extra push, right? Not that you really needed it, but it feels like I could feel it that you're actually moved by this. Yeah.
I'm prepared to die in here, Ariel. Yeah, and if you come up against me, you better be prepared to give your life, because I am prepared to take it.
All right.
You know, and hearing those words from Steve, that just magnifies that. You know what I mean? That just makes me even more so like that. You know what I mean? That Irish spirit. I carry that Irish spirit in there. And win, lose or draw, I'll leave it all in there. You know, I will approach the fight. You know, I will go forward. I will be spontaneous. I will be creative, and I will give it my all every single time.
Well, that was an amazing moment. I got goosebumps just listening to you interact with Steve Collins and seeing your reaction and feeling your reaction. Great stuff. Conor, pleasure as always to have you on, even though you came late. No hard feelings. I'll let it go. Good luck over there in Boston, and maybe I'll run into you. If you win the fight, we'll get to do a post-fight interview. How about that?
Are you over there, yeah?
Of course. Are you kidding me? First show?
I'll definitely run into you. What are you talking about? I will definitely run into you.
All right.
If I win the fight, you know I'm going to win the fight. Say it now. Who's going to win the fight?
I think you're going to win.
My man. Thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure. And thank you for bringing Steve Collins. That means so much to me. And I know everyone from my nation who was tuning in here to this is going to be blown away by that. You know, that's from news right there. I'm honored. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, Conor. Always a pleasure, and we'll talk to you next week in Boston.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
There he is, the notorious one, Conor McGregor, stopping by.